Call now and get a hot deal on a Domino's Pizza Feast.
Greater Hartford Open, Corey Pavin, the 18th hole, needing the birdie to send it to sudden death, and does exactly that.
Place to be. Super Mario World. It comes only as part of the system it was created for. The Super Nintendo Entertainment System, the next generation from Nintendo. Now you're playing with power, super power.
There's no series quite like Super Mario. There's no series quite like Super Mario. There's no series quite like Super Mario. Get out! Keep the music, man. Get the hell out! There's no series quite like Super Mario. I mean, you got a fat, middle-aged plumber man who just so happens to crush everything in his path and may or may not be on all of the drugs, but it's fun. There's something about Mario that just immediately makes me happy. I mean, look at this guy. He's having a grand old goddamn time. And when you see a game with that big-ass nose and big old smile, you know you're gonna be in for a treat. The Mario catalog is just classic after classic after classic after classic. But if you ask a guy like me, I think a game that stands above the rest, the one that encapsulates all the fun, all the energy, all the joy of the man himself, is Super Mario World. I think it's needless to say that Mario World was a big fucking deal. The first game for Nintendo's second new home console, and the sequel to, at the time, their most critically acclaimed, universally loved game, Mario 3. There was a lot riding on this game, but I don't think anyone was surprised when it went in and just completely blew everyone's minds all over again. New baddies, capes, secrets,
crippling obesity,
Yoshi! There's so much cool shit in this game, you just wanna squeeze it! You just wanna stomp on its squishy little fucking hand, just... Sorry, I got some shit to work out. But calling any Mario game the best Mario game, it's a tough decision. The Mario 3 vs. World debate has been around longer than I've been a living, breathing thing on this planet, and there's plenty of other games you can make an argument for. But you know what? That's a good place to start. Let's talk some Mario 3. Super Mario Bros. 3 is 2D platforming perfection, and honestly, it's the only game on the NES that hasn't aged even the slightest bit. The ambition, the level design, the scale of the game, everything about it pushed the system to its limits. So how do you go about making a sequel to perfection? Well, you could go the safer route and kind of make Mario 3 again, but slightly different, which from early screenshots and prototypes looked like the direction it was heading. But World ended up taking the core of Mario 3 and innovating it in all the right ways. It was a brand new experience for a brand new console, and why wouldn't it be?
This is Nintendo, goddammit, and they would never resort to such laziness, to such a blatant disregard of new ideas.
Get out of here, I'm making a video! On the surface level, you can look at the two games and say, oh, well, this ain't all that different, still jump around levels, getting power-ups, being bosses, saving your lady friend, I mean, what's so new about that? And, yeah, I guess you're right. But you're wrong! You're dumb and wrong! Because the two games, surprisingly, have almost entirely different approaches to level design. Mario 3 is all about the platforming. The levels are precise and extremely well thought out. They could be fun, silly, or challenging, but the game was all about getting through that level. You had a world map, but it was very clear that the game encouraged simple, straightforward progression and let the levels do the rest. But Mario World had a new way of interacting with the players, on top of the level design. Drum roll, please. That ain't a drum, it's like a helicopter. I need a drum. Anyone here got drums? You got drums? Bongos? Alright, that's fine. A new and improved world map. The world map in this game is so freaking cool. The game starts off in this simple little island, and immediately you're given a choice. You could go right and head for that little castle over there, or you could go left and climb that gigantic ladder. Well, I could go right, but the level says Yoshi's Island 2. What's up with that? Maybe I should try 1. So you beat level 1, climb the ladder, and there's this huge yellow switch. Well, that doesn't look like a level, but I guess I'll check it out. Oh my god! Coins! 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 Oh shit! Oh my fucking god! What the fuck was that? What were those yellow things? Whatever, this sucks. It was a dead end. I'm gonna actually play the game now and oh, wait. Yellow blocks? You don't think... No, there's no way. There's no fucking way. Did I do that? Right from the get-go, you're shown that your actions can influence the world around you, and that, hey, maybe you should pay attention to the world map because you might find some more things like that yellow switch. Red switches, blue switches, green switches, and that's not all, because eventually you'll find out there's secrets in the levels themselves on these red spaces. They let you explore even more of the map and find new levels separate from the straightforward path. Now progression isn't 1, 2, 3, 4, it's more, well, I could go this way, or I could grab this key, go underwater, find a haunted house, throw rocks at the stupid ghosts, and now I'm in space. Why? Because who doesn't love space? Maybe that guy. I don't think he likes space. You could still find that precise platforming from 3 in certain levels, but the level design was more about encouraging you to find more levels. Even had a counter on the title screen tallying up how many you found. And you were rewarded with more crazy levels and even congratulated by the game itself for being so damn thorough. It took that feeling of, oh shit, I found a secret from Mario 3, but applied it to the entire world map. And the levels themselves never fail to be fun. The world the game presents is just wacky as hell. I mean, you're running up walls, flying around, blowing up castles. And the sound effects just amplify the surreal shit going on around you. I mean, you'll spin around and it's just jumping on a trampoline. Even when you're flying, there's like this the fuck is that? And when you find a secret, it's all But speaking of sounds, let's talk about that soundtrack. My first opinion on the game's music, well, wasn't so friendly. The overworld music specifically used to bother me. Listen to this. Now this is classic. That's Mario World right there. But what about underground? Underwater? In the ghost house? What the? It's all the same. It's all the same melody. Now I remember first realizing that and thinking, wow, that's boring and I hate it. But there's the genius in it. I had to realize they were all the same melody as a kid to get mad at it, because the tracks are able to stand out enough themselves to the point where my dumbass couldn't even realize they were the same. Each version takes an emotion that the game wants you to feel as you're playing it and bases itself around that. The athletic theme is all happy-go-lucky, gets you going, oh yeah, babies, Mario. And then you hear something like the castle theme. Mom, take me home, I'm scared. I think my problem with the music at first came from the fact that I'm a nitpicky guy. I'm the kind of guy that could look at the Sistine Chapel and say, oh, well, you know, it's a little cluttered. But I'm a nitpicking piece of shit. And because of that, I got a few problems with Mario World. Not enough to be mad at, definitely not enough to ruin the experience, but I mean, come on. I'm a Nintendo fan. I base my entire life on things not meeting up to my expectations. Number 1. The power-ups.
Excuse me? The cape is the best power-up to ever exist in Mario. Are you an idiot or an idiot?
Yeah, you're right. Cape's awesome. But what other power-ups are in the game?
The fire flower?
Yep, the fire flower. Anything else? Mario World had 2 new power-ups besides the usual 3. And nothing else. You could definitely count Yoshi as a power-up as well, but most of the time he kinda just feels like an extra hit you can afford to lose. I know there were different colored Yoshis with different abilities, and that's cool, but not quite as cool as when you find that huge question block in Mario 3 and it's just... Whoa! It's a Nuki suit. And it wasn't just that, you had Raccoon Mario, Frog Mario, Hammer Mario, Mario in a fucking shoe. These were some wild-ass power-ups. I feel like Nintendo toned down the power-ups so they could create more secrets centered around the few that they had. You know, just to give them a little more utility. And that makes sense, but I think there could have been more creative secret exits found with all sorts of different power-ups. And if they kept the item inventory from Mario 3, it would have made so much sense too. Because you could have collected different power-ups for different secrets you've seen, but couldn't get at the time because you didn't have the right item. But I mean, it's not that big of a deal, and the secrets that are in the game are well crafted enough that it doesn't really matter. but there's something exciting about having a lot of power-ups. I don't know, call me crazy.
Number 2. Dragon Coins.
What's a dragon coin? What's its purpose? I get a 1-up if I get all 5? Oh, alright, I could do that, but I could also just get a 1-up. Dragon coins have no value, and they'll be placed around odd parts of the level, just like, oh, would you like a dragon coin? No, I don't want a fucking dragon coin. They're worthless, and I hate them.
Number 3. The bosses.
The boss fights in Mario World are kind of repetitive and boring. Koopalings don't really have gimmicks that are unique to them, and you're going to find that at least a couple of them are straight up copying boss battles you've already had to deal with. But Koopalings aren't the only guys you'll fight at the end of a castle. You can find these fortresses with these Triceratops looking dudes that shoot fire, they're dead. Yeah, that's it. I also like how whenever you beat a Koopaling, the game doesn't hesitate to remind you that you fucking killed someone. Morden Koopa Jr. of Castle 2 is now just a memory. Bosses have never really been 2D Mario's strong suit, especially in World, but the final boss fight is pretty damn solid, so I'll give it a pass. Mario 3's Bowser fight was kinda boring, to be honest. Bowser does his fireball thing and tries to give you an extremely painful lap dance, but it's less dance and more crushing your bones to a fine powder. Now, I think leading Bowser into breaking the blocks was a pretty neat idea, but once you're done with that, the fight's kinda just over. It's over. Mario World's Bowser battle feels like an intense standoff. There's thunder and lightning crackling all around the place. He's throwing his little toys, you're whipping them right back in his face. He's laying on fire, you're hopping over that shit. He's got more than a few tricks to watch out for, and there's enough energy pumped into this fight to keep you on your toes. As the fight goes on, you can tell Bowser's just getting more and more pissed that he can't squash you like a bug. But you just kick his ass anyway, just like every other time, and save that pretty old princess.
Don't get a boner! Don't get a boner! No, 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 no!
Super Mario World is a top tier game, and I know I said it stands above the rest, but really, I just fucking love Mario. There's something about the insane world, the creativity, and the joy that you can find in any one of these games. If you wanted to sit down and explain to me how Mario Galaxy was the shit, or how Mario Land 2 is an underrated masterpiece, I wouldn't disagree. But for someone like me, who didn't experience the 8 or 16-bit games first, I could still feel the impact something like Mario World brought to the table. These were my first Mario games. Not exactly the peak of innovation. They all felt the same as the first, no major changes, samey music, boring level design, but as a kid, I couldn't really realize it. That was all Mario ever was to me. Until I could finally scrounge up $8 and experience World on the Wii's Virtual Console. And I couldn't exactly make sense of why at the time, but I immediately loved it more than any of the other 2D games. There was a soul and heart to this game that just wasn't in anything from those new games. Because it wanted me to keep playing. It wanted me to explore every corner of every level, and I did. I found the hidden switches. I completed Star World. I got to experience the pain of those final secret levels, changing the colors of the entire map, finding every secret exit, and I did it all because it was too damn fun not to. And it leaves you with this triumphant accomplishment, this feeling of, holy shit, I did it. I conquered the entire world. And for some reason, you just want to do it again.